Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again with another freaking video. And the war on YouTube against creators like me and creators like, oh, I don't know, some of the crazy white-leaning people on this platform is getting crazy and wild. I'm gonna have to admit that, okay? It's a war. There's an algorithm war right now with me versus somebody like, oh, I don't know, like Rev says Desu for all I care. People like them, people like Hassan Piker. Oh, I don't even know what the hell his problem is. But the guy's a loon, and well, y'all guys think that the man above my head is a complete loon. Well, here's the thing. It's been a little bit over 100 days since our great Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. What the fuck am I talking about? Great Lord and Savior, freaking orange man with a bad toupee job, decided to take office, okay? Who waddles like a freaking penguin, okay? And who dances a dance that we haven't seen for 200 billion years, okay? Society's evolved from the chicken dance. We don't need to see the chicken dance, Donald. Even though on one SNL episode you decided to go ahead and play a skit that says, oh, we promote chicken. Yeah, it's all about chicken, right? Oh my god. So, Mr. Obama up here decides to come up to, I do believe it is my town's, my city's, news network, right? Public, broadcasting system, stuff like that. I do believe this came out of Channel 8, if I'm not mistaken. Because Channel 8 does actually do some news, but a lot of it is, like, geared to, like, education and stuff like that, like Dora the Explorer and stuff like that, so that's the thing. But, Mr. Obama decides to go ahead and come out and maybe takes a swing at those people who think, yeah, it would be fun to see and shake up the society and the economy, and they're so bored about the whole stagnant economy of that was Biden, right? Congratulations. Oh, by the way, stay tuned. I might end up coming out with a video with Kamala Harris, because apparently Kamala Harris is coming out again. Yep, she's coming out again. And she's going to be coming out swinging. And I do believe that she's going to be the next president of the United States. Probably, if she doesn't end up botching everything again. Let's hope that she learned her lessons from the first time she tried to take over office.
This has to do with something more precious, which is, who are we as a country and what value?
Who are we as a country? Yes. Thank you for bringing that up, Mr. Obama. Like, why are we here? How are we here? What's our thought process about how we see ourselves as a nation? Because apparently, if you look at other countries out there, we're not seen at the best light, right? And instead of fixing ourselves, we somehow end up taking a... I don't know how to explain it. We seem to be thinking that that is the most prideful thing to be prideful thing ever. The mere fact that every other country in the entire world, aside from maybe Australia, okay, aside from Australia, they think that we are the weirdest and worst country in the entire world. It is kind of crazy.
Values do we stand for? And now, this is not just an abstraction, and I think this is one of the challenges that we have. And I saw this even before the last election. I think people tend to think, democracy, rule of law, independent judiciary, freedom of the press, that's all abstract stuff because it's not affecting the price of eggs.
That is true. Like, why do people buy into this abstract shit? I don't understand it. The way that people think it is kind of weird. You even get the people like the Daily Wire, okay, who pretty much think like, if they even think at all, if they even freaking think at all, think that this is the greatest thing since sliced eggs, sliced bread, right? You even got, oh, Jesus Christ, I saw a video on Midas Touch, about a guy, Jimmy something. He was crashing out. He was trying to make up an excuse about, oh, this economy was like this, money doesn't really exist, and all this other stuff. I'll probably do a react to that video. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever.
Well, you know what? It's about to affect the price of eggs. One of the things that has distinguished us in the past has been this basic idea that we are a rules-based society. What that means is that, you know what, I can support one candidate instead of another, and I don't have to worry.
Yeah, we are a rules-based society. What happened to California and New York? Yeah, anybody gonna explain that one? I mean, to be fair, I think people were laughing at California and New York at that point in time when Walmart decided to close its doors down. And the people who were robbing and pilfering were like, oh, why don't you just go ahead and look after the little guy? Why are they so against the poor? Meanwhile, you're caught on camera stealing a bunch of TVs and stuff like that. Really?
That the police are gonna come harass me or my customers. That's what happens in other places. That's what happens in Russia. We take for granted the idea that we don't have to pay bribes or hire somebody's cousin in order to get a business permit. That's how we built the economy we did. That's why this place worked. And it has very concrete impacts on all of our lives. So
he's referring to the fact that Donald Trump bought his way up the thing, right? The presidency, right? It's Elon Musk put Donald Trump inside office, and Elon Musk thinks that he's the king of the world, like he's president of the United States, but Donald Trump is the king, right? But we all know what happened in the history of kings and emperors. Okay. God, I hope you all studied your history about what happened with kings and emperors. Look what happened with what in the UK. Look what happened in China. But like, dude, seriously?
This is the first time I've been speaking publicly for a while. I've been watching a little bit. Yeah. Let me just close this portion of my remarks by saying it is up to all of us to fix this. It's not going to be. It's
True.
not going to be because.
True.
Somebody comes and saves you. The most important office in this democracy.
See, the problem with American society is that we hire people to think for us. I don't know what it is about how lazy people have gotten, especially since generation, Gen Z came around. They are the laziest mother yuckers in the entire world. They don't want to work. They're like little babies. They want other people to think for them, and stuff like that. And they don't think for themselves. Meanwhile, some of the Gen Zers, okay, there's very few of them. Okay, I'm aware of that, but I don't know why they're not being broadcasted for all the world to see, right? Some of them are being broadcasted, and it's not the not the right type of people to be broadcasted. Uh, oh my god. Uh, but I don't know why people are in the Gen Z thing that we should be holding their hands, and we should be giving them money for free, and we should be giving them free Lambos and stuff like that, and not teaching them how to drive, right? Jack Doherty. I mean, I gotta put it out there. Jack Doherty is a prime example of what the hell is going on with American society right now. Y'all don't think for yourselves. That's kind of crazy. And to be fair, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna be like one of those red pillars and say, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta be a man, you gotta do. But we saw how that happened. Yikes.
See, is the citizen, the ordinary person, who says, no, that's not right.
And I also gotta say this. What the fuck is a right-wing transgender person and a left-wing transgender person? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like seriously, that is the most craziest thing I have ever heard in my entire freaking lifetime. What are you waffling on about? Trans is trans. We don't need sub-definitions and stuff like that. I hell no. You guys have got it all wrong, right? And we got conservative blacks, and we have conservative what's it called? Radical. We got radical blacks. What's going on? We got conservative what is it called? Muslims and radical Muslims. Dude, make it make sense, please. Make it make sense. Why are you doing this? What purpose does it serve for anybody? Seriously, what purpose does it serve?
And I do think one of the reasons that our commitment to democratic ideals has eroded is that we got pretty comfortable and complacent. You know, it has been easy during most of our lifetimes to say you are a progressive, or say you are for social justice, or say you're for free speech, and not have.
You are for free speech, you are for social justice, and all this other stuff. Oh god, he's roasting not only Elon Musk, but all those freaking TikTokers. Yo! This guy's going scorched earth! Hey, cool, I'm all for it, bro.
Have to pay a price for it. And now we're at one of those moments where, you know what, it's not enough just to say you're for something. You may actually have to do something and possibly sacrifice a little bit. So, yeah, if you're a law firm being threatened, you might have to say, okay, we will lose some business because we're going to stand for a principle. If you are a university, if you are...
Yeah, but the thing about it is that some people take the sacrifice just a little bit too much. Says me, considering that I destroyed my channel twice. Anyway...
A university, you may have to say, figure out, are we in fact doing things right? Have we, in fact, violated our own values, our own code, violated the law in some fashion? If not, and you're just being intimidated, well, you should be able to say, well, that's why we got this big endowment. You know, we'll stand up for what we believe in, and then we'll pay our researchers for a while out of that endowment, and we'll give up the extra wing or the fancy gymnasium that we can delay that for a couple of years, because academic freedom might be a little more important.
True.
For most of human history, and to this day in most of places in the world, there is a cost to challenging the powers that be, particularly if they're abusing that power. And this idea, and I've noticed this among some wealthier folks who, after George Floyd, they were right there, and a bunch of companies were talking about how they cared about diversity and they wanted to do this, and they were all for that.
He's talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. Is he gonna go? Jesus Christ! What's that guy's name? That said he doesn't want what is it called? That he doesn't want a Black History Month or something like that. Did we all ask for a Black History Month? I forgot his name already. Y'all guys know what I'm talking about.
And they are mute right now. But what that tells me is it was okay when it was cool and trendy. And when it's not, not so much. And that, I think, is what we have to, each of us has to examine in our own hearts. Is all right, we say we're for equality. Are we willing to fight for it? Are we going to risk something for it? We say that we're for rule of law. Are we going to stick to that when it's tough, not when it's easy? We believe in freedom of speech. Do we stand up for freedom of speech when the other person talking is saying stuff that infuriates us and is wrong and hurtful?
Oh yeah, we've seen Twitter. We've seen Twitter. Yikes, bro. I'm all for free speech and stuff like that, but the thing is that, damn, dude, like seriously, damn, that's not exactly the way that it's supposed to go. Even the whole SAG-AFTRA strike, right? Like, dude, what are you fighting for? Like seriously, what's the point of your strike?
Do we still believe in it?
Yeah, that's a thing that I just want to kind of highlight. Obama's coming out striking, and soon Kamala is going to do her thing. Saw a video not too long ago. I gotta get it back up a little bit, but yeah, I don't know what the deal is nowadays. It's just that I'm just appalled as to how much this society has plummeted, and we can all like blame like the previous presidents and stuff like that. But I gotta ask one thing though. I gotta ask one thing. Okay, is it really the president's fault? I'm just going to ask the same question. Is it really the president's fault? Or is it our fault? That's what I think about. It's going to be our fault. Do we have the ability to see the smoke signals that might end up initiating a downfall of American culture and American society or American economy? Do we have the ability to see that? Apparently not. Apparently not. And this isn't the first time. This isn't the first time. This is the second time now. Okay? This is the second time. In 8 years. In 8 years. Okay? I would be fine if there was like maybe a 20 to 30 year gap between what happened with Donald Trump and then we have another Donald Trump later, like 30 years from now. That's fine. We can't stop that. But 8 years, my guy? Really? Bro. No, that's cringe. But I Grisket and Bache, and please, for the love of God, don't say next time that you want to shake things up again and think the economy is gonna be boring. Like, seriously?